Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm your host Luqman Shadrack, and we have a very special program lined up for you today as we commemorate, as the world marks 1 year since the genocide began in Gaza. As we know, it's happened 70 years before, but it's escalated since the 7th of October. And what we thought was that we will remind you and paint that picture that this genocide is still ongoing with our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Now, when the attacks escalated on the 7th of October, various South African NPOs took up the call to provide assistance on the ground. One such NPO is a household name that's been advocating for the freedom and liberation of our brothers and sisters in Palestine is the Quds Foundation. In studio, I'd like to welcome now Moulana Abdul Khaliq Allie. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How is our brother Luqman?
Always a pleasure being in your company, Moulana. Always great to have you in studio. We want to talk about so many things. You know, we do know that the Quds Foundation has been on the ground in Gaza for many, many years. The attacks that has happened since the 7th of October has escalated. The amount of children that have been killed, the amount of homes that have been devastated, the amount of humanitarian aid that was needed since then was escalated beyond our imagination. At the moment, we see pictures come from Gaza every day where there's no homes left. There's not much left for people to go back to, those that are living in camps. And we went to Egypt in November, alhamdulillah, where the Quds Foundation was responsible and provided things like tents, water, humanitarian aid, ambulances. You were all part of that project. But for our viewers that continually support the struggle of our brothers and sisters, maybe from Moulana's side, give us an idea of how the Quds Foundation has been involved and providing assistance for the very many years.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Jazakumullah to Hilaal TV for the wonderful opportunity that you provide, and you continue providing us with your support, alhamdulillah. The Quds Foundation, and let me just take a step back. A great leader, the likes of Moulana Ihsan Hendricks, that many regarded as Al-Sheikh Al-Aqsa, was instrumental in the establishment of the Quds Foundation. And ever since his passing on, rahmatullah alayhi, the Quds Foundation continued serving. And under the leadership of the person that we would regard as the most senior person in the liberation struggle in South Africa, none other than Fadila Sheikh Ibrahim Jibril Hafadhahullah wa Ra'ah. And so the Quds Foundation has never stopped serving the cause of the Palestinians. They will continue to do so. And therefore, during this particular establishment of the Quds Foundation, it had nurtured relationships with the Hamas-led government in Gaza. It had built up a relationship with NGOs, relief institutions. It has contributed, I'm talking prior to 7th of October, towards the projects that has shaped the need of Gaza, keeping in mind that for 16, now 17 years, Gaza has been an open-air prison. There had been a limited amount of resources that has been able to enter and so forth. So the educational needs, the medical needs, the spiritual needs, as well as the agricultural needs and so forth and so forth. So those particular fields and areas has continuously been engaged with the people in Gaza. 7th of October came, and Allah let us continue our services, obviously, with the extent of genocide and the level of what has been intended by the Zionist occupiers to wipe out Gaza, to annihilate Gaza, to the war of starvation, to to excavate people from the places where they live, it has changed the whole scenario of outreach. However, because of those standing partnerships and relationships, whilst due to the situation, the line of communication would become blurry due to the situation, it has never ceased. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. There continue to be a relationship between the Quds Foundation and the people on the ground in Gaza. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And that is the message that we wish to share with our viewers. We will continue serving the people of Gaza, inshallah Aziz. We give you the commitment that your contribution towards the people of Gaza will arrive at the people of Gaza, inshallah Aziz. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we can do so because of our commitment, long-standing, and because of the partnerships that we have developed over the many years. Alhamdulillah.
We've also managed to arrange various pickets, various marches to highlight the cause, not just for the Muslims around the world, but for the non-Muslims as well, who've also contributed and have really come out in support of the genocide, to end the genocide in Gaza at the moment. What were those campaigns like, Moulana? Do you feel that obviously there's not enough done, but the little bit that we've done, has it made a difference?
Let us compliment the South African society. The South African society are looked up. The South African society are looked up extensively by the people of Palestine, across, be it in the West Bank, in the city of Al-Quds, Masjid al-Aqsa al-Mubarak, or in Gaza. They've acknowledged the massive contribution of South Africa. Having said that, the people in Gaza, as well as the Palestinian people, have been occupied for 75 years. And they consistently stand facing the brutality of this Zionist entity. They have not tired. We cannot be in a mode of being relaxed or in a comfort zone when our brothers and our sisters face the brutality of Zionist occupation. And hence, part of the Quds Foundation, and this has also been part of, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, a very successful program, Brother Luqman, of consistent raising the consciousness of the South African society by coordinating meetings, coordinating pickets, coordinating marches, and being in the forefront of engaging with government officials and with NGOs and with others and others. And we do so specifically with the mother body, that is the Muslim Judicial Council. Now, having said that, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, if you want to reflect back prior to 7th of October 2023, then it should be noted the huge and massive marches that has been driven by the Quds Foundation, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and it has brought all other stakeholders on board. Because fundamentally, we are saying the issue of the Palestinians is a humanitarian issue. The humanitarian rights has seriously been violated. Every aspect of human rights has been violated. And therefore, we are appealing to the community to say, you must keep the spirit of these marches alive, the picketing alive, the consciousness in terms of engaging with government and government officials, as well as with NGOs. We must keep it alive. And our Quds Foundation is most certainly an area where you can be able to rely upon. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Moulana, the devastation is still happening. The genocide is still happening. Inshallah, we want to reach that where we start the rebuilding of Gaza, inshallah. What is your message to the public out there to keep in mind when they contribute, when they donate, and when they make dua?
The greatest inspiration is indeed the people of Gaza. Despite the genocide, the positive message that comes from there in all sectors of society. Can you imagine they have not stopped providing the world with statistics? And they can meticulously tell you what has been demolished, what has been destroyed, the number of people that has died, the number of children. I mean, for it to be conducted in that particular professional way. And by the way, it is against the face of the Zionists that wants to undermine those particular statistics. Lancet, one of those leading international global institutions, they've escalated the numbers of people that has been murdered and killed and brutally been facing these massacres. Likewise, so that is an inspiration. The other inspiration is they've not stopped their learning and teaching. The students has not stopped becoming Hafiz al-Quran. They have not stopped learning and teaching, and therefore the overall South African poster that is out of our speaks about Gaza unyielding, marking 1 year of the genocide. Because all of those particular positive messages that comes out of Gaza, it is an inspiration to you, South African, and to the global community to say, we cannot stop. We must continue our solidarity, our support, our contribution. And the Quds Foundation is most certainly one of those particular institutions, your go-to institution, inshallah Aziz, to ensure that our voice will provide the necessary support. Our structures will provide the outreach to the people in Gaza, and may Allah alleviate their pain and their suffering. May Allah bring this siege and this genocide to an end, Ya Allah. It is only Allah, and that is one of the most important convictions that comes out of Gaza, to say, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. We place our trust in the hands of Allah, and Allah most certainly is the one that will help us through this particular genocide. Can you imagine 365 days of genocide, and the people still live? They have the spirit of life, they have the spirit to educate, they have the spirit to showcase the world that they are ready to support and to give the positive message. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. We thank Hilaal TV for being a very able supporter and the voice for the Quds Foundation.
I mean, Jazakallah so much, Moulana, for all your efforts, to all the brothers and to all the families that have contributed towards the success of Quds as well. May all your projects go from strength to strength, inshallah.
Jazakumullah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. And that's Moulana Abdul Khaliq Allie from Quds Foundation, always ready to give off his time and give off his amazing work to highlight the plight of our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Do stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.